y'all, this is Wendy with Loaves and Dishes, and today we're going to be making sweet tea brined fried chicken. The first thing you're going to want to do is bring your water almost to a boil. Turn the heat off and add your tea bag. I'm using a gallon size, family size tea bag here. They're great big. I find them at Sam's Club. You can also use small tea bags. Just use enough tea bags to equal a gallon serving. This is about a quart of water I've got in mind. You're going to let the tea bags steep in the hot water with a lid on your pot until the water comes back to almost room temperature. And then once you've done that, you're going to squeeze the tea from the tea bag and discard that. You're going to add a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, which you just saw me do. And now I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of salt. If I could ever get that salt out of that box. And give me just a second to get the sugar out of the cabinet. Oh, not sugar, garlic. A big heaping spoonful of minced garlic. And when I get my act together, you'll see me add the sugar to the tea. There we go. And you know that's the frustration of a gas stove, is things want to fall down in that grate. Give it a big stir, and I'm gonna put a little heat to it to make the sugar and the salt dissolve a little more quickly. I'm just going to stir until I can feel that the grains of the sugar and the salt have dissolved. It's not going to get real hot. It's just going to get barely warm because it really doesn't take much to dissolve those. Just a gentle stir. That's right. And then in a minute I'm going to put the chicken in here. One thing you need to know is that when you get this chicken out of the brine tomorrow, it's going to be a really weird color. It's going to be tea colored. But that's okay. We're going to bread it and fry it. Nobody's ever going to see that tea color, but you'll know that it's tea colored. Now I'm using chicken tenders because I'm recording this during the height of the quarantine, and I just couldn't get the cuts of chicken that I wanted to get for this program. But chicken tenders will work just fine. And I also put some chicken legs in there, but I didn't record that part. Now what we're going to do is put a lid on this, or I'm going to put it in a bowl and put plastic on it and stick it in the fridge. Now it's time for the live. Hey, this is Wendy. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you'll join Sarah and I on our mother-daughter adventures in takeout. You can find Dorks with Sporks wherever you download podcasts or at dorkswithsporks.com. And let me make sure this is scrolling, because sometimes it just quits scrolling and it doesn't show me what everybody's saying. So anyway, first things first. As is the case with cooking, so many times, lots of times, usually if you're cooking a dinner, you want to do dessert first. This is the last thing we'll need. This is the first thing we need to put together. So, don't get your hair in the pan. I have a baking sheet. I covered it with a drip pan. See that? If you don't have any part of this, that's okay. We can make do. And I'm covering it with a paper towel. This is where we're going to put the chicken after we have fried it. We're going to put it in the oven on this paper towel so that it can drain some of the grease off but stay crispy. That's important. So if you don't have a baking sheet, gosh, I hope you have a baking sheet, or you don't have this grid, that's okay. If you don't have the grid, just put several layers of paper towel down on a baking sheet, okay? And I'm sorry that this is going to be a unique camera setting today because I've got to move the camera at least twice I gotta go over to the cabinet so that you can see the breading. Hey Maria, happy Mother's Day to you. Oh, thank you, Mary. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. But anyway, I'm gonna have to move the camera in just a minute over here to show you how to bread the chicken. So you're gonna have to bear with me through that part. Anyway, pan like this, stick it in the oven. Set your oven on the lowest temperature it'll go. My oven, the lowest temperature it will go is 170. Maria says happy Mother's Day to everybody. So we got that going. Heat your oven. The thing I want to tell you about fried chicken is, I don't know if you've ever tried to make fried chicken. I tried to make country fried steak. I tried to make fried chicken. I tried to make all kinds of fried things. And the frustrating thing that always happened is that I would bread it according to the directions, and no matter what kind of breading I used, unless I did like an oven baked fried chicken where you do the corn flakes. You know how to do that? You just take your chicken and mash the mashed corn flakes on it and bake it in the oven. Unless I did fried chicken that way, I couldn't get a breading to stay on it. I put it in the hot oil and it'd just slip off in the pan. So I spent many hours researching how to make breading stick on whatever you're doing, and that's the process we're going to use today. So we did brine the chicken in the sweet tea, and that will give it a good sweet, tangy flavor. It's a different flavor. It's a little bit different flavor, but it's really good. And then we're going to use my standard breading process that I use to get a good crispy, like a thick crispy breading on things. So if you've had that problem with breading slipping off in the pan, it won't happen after you start doing it this way. And it'll give you a crunchy crust and tender meat, and the tender comes from the brine, and the crunchy flavorful crust comes from the breading. So with that, I'm just going to say happy Mother's Day, and we'll really get started here. So I'm going to turn my camera down so you can see the top of my oven. Y'all can see I've got a giant cast iron frying pan. This is a 12-inch frying pan. I've already gone ahead and put my oil in here. That's about 3 cups of vegetable oil for this pan. The basic thing is you're going to want 1/2 to 1 inch of oil in your pan, okay? And normally what I would do when I'm cooking just by myself in the kitchen is I would get and I'm going to do this today, but if you are new to frying, what I really want you to do is not do this part until you have your breading done. But the chicken breads up nicer and fries nicer if you can kind of have it all going at the same time. So I'm going to put my pan on medium to heat up. This is where those thermometers come in handy, because I can check the temperature of my oil. And I want my oil to be heated to 350. So I'll put it there, and then I have my thermometer handy. It's right here beside the stove. And I'm going to move now over to the countertop. So okay, I have 3, trying to get all over the shot here. I have 3 different pans that have a rim on them. And the reason you want a rim is because otherwise you're going to end up with flour all over your counter. This does make a lot of dirty dishes, but they don't actually get too dirty, so it's not really any trouble to wash them up in the sink. So in your first pan, you want to put, that's a cup of all-purpose flour. If all you have is self-rising flour, that works too. In your second pan, we'll put 3 eggs, 3 whole eggs. Station, and you'll want different forks for each of these. Your first station is just just flour. It has nothing in it, just plain old flour. Second station is egg. And your third station, you're going to want 2 cups of flour. And this is not baking. You don't have to measure it exactly. 2 cups of flour. And then I have 3 tablespoons of paprika, garlic powder, and onion powder in here. And I know that seems like a ton. It is a ton. But we've got to add a lot of flavor to this flour. This is why you wear an apron. Look at all that flour I'm already wearing. You got to add a ton of flavor to this flour because that's going to be the part that goes in your mouth. So, and then I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of kosher salt. And a tablespoon of ground black pepper. Alright. Y'all, guess what I've got? I have a mouse in my kitchen. At least one. I also have about 15 traps under the under the cabinet. I checked today. He got some of the peanut butter, but the trap didn't get him, so he lives another day. Anyway, I hate to have a mouse in my kitchen. Alright, so mix that all up together until it's pretty uniform in there. And you're going to end up throwing a lot of this out. I'm sorry about that. Now, let's see, because we won't use it all. Then you want to set up a pan down here. I've got another baking sheet. I've got a piece of parchment paper on it, just so that... Oh, hey, Pam! Pam's watching, y'all. Pam and I went to high school. Well, every school, elementary, middle, and high school together. And then, let me get my chicken out of the refrigerator. Can y'all hear the oil heating up over there? It's really starting to sputter. Okay, now, y'all, this chicken is not that appetizing looking after it has been brined. So, there's my chicken. I'm going to be doing chicken legs and chicken tenders. I had planned on doing chicken breast, but I went to the store and they didn't have any. This is what they had. So, you know, we just have to make do. That's the whole point of this cooking together during the pandemic, is we're just making do with what we have. So, let me show you. If you're cooking with me today, you should have brined your chicken yesterday, and that's basically just making kind of a sweet tea with salt, sugar, garlic in it. And then we soaked that overnight, and then a couple of hours ago, about lunchtime for me, I put this chicken out here to dry. It does not have one of those sheets under it, although usually I do put one. And then about an hour ago, I came and used kosher salt and sprinkled that over the top. And that has really made it sweat, so I want to dry that off. I think I just saw Sarah and Richie pull up. Alright. The point being that you really want your meat really, really dry. Oh, Marcia says no fresh chicken breast in Knoxville either. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. They said a bunch of our Tyson plants were closing, so Laura wants to know, did you try Fresh Market this time? Were they out also? Oh, David can hear the oil. I didn't try Fresh Market because I live a really long way from Fresh Market, but maybe Marcia did. So anyway, you want your meat very, very, very dry. And we're going to start with the legs because they have a bone in them, and we're going to have to cook them first. And you just get them lightly coated. Hello, hey Mom. Hang on, here. Turn it so y'all can see Sarah. There's Sarah. She's here to help me. So, I guess that's Richie. Yeah, And Joanna says Kroger at KP in Cedar Bluff has lots of chicken as of yesterday. Oh, well, great. Okay, so after you've got a light coating of, wow, I can't get my fork in there. I'm just getting my fingers. After you have a light coating of flour, then you want to coat it in the egg. You can see that. And then you want to move it over to your seasoned breading and coat it really good with that. And if you need to, I'm going to try to get it with the seeds here. If you need to, kind of pat that flour into the meat. Like that. Alright. And now it looks like this. You see that? Then it's ready to sit over here on your tray. And let's go for this. And you just keep doing that till you have done them all. And this first coating of flour is really crucial or it won't work. Are you gonna help us fry the chicken?
Yeah.
Great.
Why are you using forks instead of your hands?
Because I don't want to have it all over my hands. What if I have to touch the camera?
Well, if you wanted to, do you know about the wet hand, dry hand?
Yeah, I know. Tell them about wet hand, dry hand.
Okay, so wet hand, dry hand, when you're breading stuff, you keep one hand for dry stuff, and then one hand touches wet stuff like this, so that then you don't get globbies on your fingers.
You will get a lot of globbies. Is that how they do it in a commercial kitchen?
Yes, but when I did it in a commercial kitchen, I was always in a hurry, so I didn't care.
But I just washed your hands.
Yeah.
So,
Or I
okay.
just pulled my gloves off.
Connie joined us. Hey, hey, Connie. And Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl. Happy Mother's Day to you. And to Connie as well.
We brought you our silly Mother's Day present that you might want to open online. They might get a kick out of it.
Oh, they might get a kick out of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at that. While we're frying chicken, we can do that because the frying part takes a while.
Okay.
This part takes a while too.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is not hard. It's just
Time
takes a
consuming.
while. Well, now I've messed up my forks. There we go. I think I hear the trailer coming. That means Mark's coming too.
Also, we're all descending upon you for dinner tonight.
Oh, everybody's coming for dinner?
Yeah, but we're bringing dinner.
Oh!
Except for me and Sandy were making dinner over here.
You and Sandy. Jason's not going to help you make it?
He is, but they're making their stuff at their house.
Oh, okay.
Sandy doesn't have a stove yet.
Oh,
and
that's right.
we're already over here for this, so.
Okay. Oh, how fun! They're going to make dinner for me tonight. That's awesome.
This is exactly what it's like for Dorks with Smarts.
Yeah, hey, if y'all want to hear me and Sarah discussing what's going on, that's what our podcast is like. It's just us yammering on.
Oh no.
Oh no, my dog's about to cry. Alright. Now, the optimal way to do this is actually not to have them going on this pan down here. The optimal way to do it is to get them out of this seasoned flour and then stick them directly in the hot oil. But for a live, if you're making this yourself at home again sometime, just know that's the best way to do it. But for our purposes today, this is kind of what we have to do.
You also don't have to do them one at a time.
Well, I do.
Okay. If it were me, I would just dump them all in there.
Can you do me a favor and put Ziggy in the green bathroom? Well, one of the bathrooms. Because he's going to have a meltdown.
Richie's holding him on the screen.
Yeah, you won't stop screaming.
Hey, Richie, Mom said to put him in the bathroom. Because he won't stop screaming.
Well, what a treat. You all get to enjoy one of my children with me today during our live. That's so fun. Okay. So you want me to do more than one at a time?
Yeah. Here, wait. Let me wash my hands.
Oh, are you going to demonstrate dry hand, wet hand?
I'm going to demonstrate how to do this fast first.
So, I don't know if y'all know, but Sarah and I cooked together for our local arts council and put on dinner parties with them. And there's usually about 20 or so people at these things. Although the last time, how many people were there?
30, 40? No, 50.
Was it that thing, a music thing at the Arts Council?
What music thing at the Arts Council?
The Irish music.
Oh, there was what, like 50, 70?
70 some people. Anyway, I do everything slow. Sarah tries to do everything fast. So, oh Lord, now I've lost one of them in here.
Well, you'll dig it out.
She's trying to hurry us up. Guess she wants to get to cooking my dinner.
Well, if you let them sit on that pan too long, they're gonna get.
I know they get mushy.
Okay. See? Dry hand, wet hand.
She's smart. Okay.
The people on your live are probably like, what a jerk.
I know, they're like, gosh. Alright, so now see this, now we got a big mess. This is why I don't make fried chicken.
Well, it probably wasn't going to be as big of a mess until I started slopping stuff around.
Okay, so anyway, you got your tray, then, chicken, it's all breaded, it's ready to go in the oil. We gotta go check our oil temperature. So, David has been listening to our podcast. He says he loves our podcast. He's one of my regular viewers. Oh, actually, David, Sarah is an accomplished flutist. David's a musician as well. Richie's in the refrigerator. Hey, Debbie, look, your son's right behind me. Okay, we're over here at the stove. I'm turning this down on the pan, and we're going to check the oil temperature Okay, we are way too hot on the oil, so we're going to have to let it cool down just a minute. Push it. I'm just going to cut it off for a second. Yeah, it's starting to smell smoky. Yeah, so you want your oil to be 350. Oh Lord, y'all, I got to run in my mouth too much. Look how hot that oil is. It's 453, 100 degrees too hot. Okay. The nice people over at ThermoWorks, though, when I told them we were doing this, also they sent me just for fun. I don't know how to use it yet. I gotta learn how to use it. I was hoping Kyle would be on here today so that he could run us through using it. But this is called a chef alarm. And I think that I can put this probe down in the oil, but I don't want to because I don't want to. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. I can see that. Yes, I am a music teacher.
Yep, she is an elementary music school teacher. Just like your mom. Just like Mrs. Westfall used to be for us. For your mom and I when we were in school, and Pam too. Okay. Let me move this up so I can see what y'all are saying. Okay. That looks awesome. Yeah. Okay. So I've got my pan here and I've got the chicken ready to go in when our oil comes back down to temperature, and I've got the oven at 170 with my tray in there ready to receive the hot chicken. And the other thing you need, which where's my good pair? Oh Lord, you need a good pair of tongs. This is a really cheap, crappy pair of tongs, but long ones like this, because otherwise you'll get popped on your hand, and that really hurts. So. Yeah. Okay. This is hard to get this. I'm going to do it. Another way. Okay. Well, y'all, I'm sorry. You're going to see my feet probably. Oh, David had Mrs. Westfall before your mom replaced her. Oh, that's really
really cool. She was my music teacher all the way through elementary school. I loved Mrs. Westfall. So, Sarah's not experiencing that same love with her students. Okay, we've come down almost 50 degrees, so just let it sit for a little bit longer. Let it cool. Somebody's snorting in the room. Frank, he's crashed out on his dog bed. Alright. Well, what have y'all been doing on Mother's Day today so far? Anything fun and interesting? While we chat about that, I'm going to try a little harder to get this camera at all. I'm afraid that when I start cooking, it's going to splatter up there, then you're not going to listen to anything. And I don't want it to turn sideways on you. Mrs. Westfall plays hammer dulcimer, which is one of my favorite instruments to listen to. So, oh yeah, I love hammer dulcimer too. One of our friends plays hammer dulcimer. What happens if you put your chicken in here and it's not the right temperature? It's not. Well, now we're down to 380. We're getting close. We're very, very close. So if you put your chicken in there, it's like 500. What happens is that you burn the skin, but the inside doesn't get cooked, and then you have burnt skin and bloody chicken, and nobody enjoys that. So what you want to do, what I'm going to do now is go ahead and get the chicken in here, because it's pretty close. And I'm going to put my bone pieces in first. What you don't want to do is crowd your pan. And you don't want to jostle it around too much either. So that one's kind of floated out of the way. And then we're going to cook this chicken until it reaches an internal temperature of 165. And how I'm going to know that is I'm going to use my thermometer and I'm going to poke it down into the meat, but I'm going to stay away from the bone because the bone will be at a far different temperature than the meat. So, but we'll do that later as it's cooking. So, and we're going to cook it about, for bone-in chicken, we're going to do a total of about 15 minutes total. It may be a little more, it may be a little less. We'll use our thermometer to know for sure. But about 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm going to do like 10 minutes on this side, and then I'll flip it and do, 5 to 10 on the other side. Making chicken on the grill for Mom. Marcia says they're making chicken on the grill for her mom, along with some easy sides, a white chocolate raspberry cake. Oh, from Fresh Market. And let's see. David has beef stew in the slow cooker for his mother-in-law. Oh, that sounds good. Connie's having Sullivan's for lunch at her mom's. Oh, you're with your mom? Are you with your mom, Connie? If so, hi, Mom. So this is kind of the boring part. We're just going to let it cook. I'm going to set my timer. I talked for at least a minute, so hopefully do 9. Do you want to open them? Oh, yeah. Okay, while the chicken cooks, I'm going to turn the camera. Oh, Lord. It helps. Fried chicken's dangerous, y'all. About 3 projects. Maria had a delicious brunch with many bun cakes. Ooh, that sounds good. Okay. It's silly. It's silly. Okay, so, wow, that is heavy. Here's the gift. And I'm going to have to pull this over here. I'm not sure you'll be able to see it. There we go. Okay. My Cheetos! My favorite! Ooh, awesome. You should make some fried chicken with Cheetos on it. Oh, that would be good. Yeah. Alright. Oh. I have a secret stash of peanut M&Ms. It's not really secret. Everybody knows what it is. It's just the brain. Ooh! These are all my favorite things. Coke with real sugar in it. And slap your mama hot sauce. Walker and Sons, slap your mama hot. Pages. And some Blue Moon. Alright, cool. Those are great. Thank you. Best Mother's Day ever. I wanted that same thing for myself. I didn't have some. No, I bought my own bottle. That's what I'm saying. And I picked this up and I thought, this has to go in the middle of the present. That's really good. Thank you. Cheetos! Woohoo! Okay. Alright. I think I love you with breakfast. Sounds great. Are we having breakfast and supper? Yeah. Awesome. Okay, let's see what everybody said. Let's see. I gotta go way back. Okay. Marcia said, making chicken on the grill. Oh, we got that already. Cheryl's having stone crab claws with steak, lobster, shrimp, and scallops with a... Whoa. Cheryl! My goodness. I hope you're not cooking all that. I hope your boys are cooking that up for you. Marcia says, beautiful day here. We're going to stay outside and social distance. And Maria said they had a delicious brunch with mini bun cakes. And David says, it's nice here in central New York, but it snowed yesterday? Oh my gosh. My family made salmon and broccoli for me with champagne for a late lunch. And the in-laws are bringing their dinner over later so we can visit. We've been playing in the dirt, potting some plants in the yard. Also had a long conversation with your own sweet mom. Oh, that's so nice. Y'all are going to take this chicken. Oh, it's a little brownish. I gotta flip it. That one I put in first that was when the pan was still a little hot. There's why. I'll show you in a second. Okay, Marcia said yesterday Knoxville the line at Nothing Bun Cake. Oh, that's a cute name. Was no lie out to probably 50 people. Bonnie said yum. I'm sure that was Nancy. Hey Nancy, good to see you. Ah, but Connie loves some M&Ms. David thought fried chicken too when he saw the Cheetos. Marcia says we laughed just alike. We did. It was like our laughs had the same frequency. Oh, Maria had a tree limb fall on her back deck just now. Ooh. Did it happen just now, or was it like during the night? Oh, Cheryl's cooking, but her husband did the shopping. Lynn's having prime rib for dinner. Woo, girl, you go. Debbie had Olive Garden. And Laura's responding to Maria. Okay. There's a text message from Mark on my phone. I gotta get that off. Alright, now, back down to the fried chicken.
You're gonna have to adjust the camera.
No, y'all just have to look at my belly and my shoes. I'm sorry. It says, look, here's what happens when you put it in. It's too hot. See how it's a little bit too dark right there? That's why you don't put it in until it's 350. Now, if you don't have a thermometer, what do? Your oil's heating. Pay very close attention to it. And as soon as you can flick some water in there and it does a lively sizzle and pop, that's when you know the oil is ready to put your chicken in. And you may have to adjust. You want it to fry. This is just a little too vigorous right here, but you want it to fry and bubble around the chicken. When you put your chicken in, it's going to cool the oil down. That's what I'm trying to get at. So you may have to adjust the temperature some to keep it at frying at a bubble like this. But the temperature is not going to be as hot as what you think it should. It'll be about medium. So. Alright, let's check. We're about 10 minutes in. You see the thermometer? Let's check the internal temp here. This is all you do to do that. Put the probe down in there. Oh, we're not terribly far away. So 125 on that one. You don't want to poke it all the way down to the frying pan. Just about halfway into the meatiest part. That's a bigger piece and it's 96. This is a great way not to tear up what you're fixing to. Okay, that one's just 90. Alright, so we got a little ways to go. Yeah, Laura says fried chicken is a little ninja-like. A little slippery and tricky. That's right. That's right. Now these tenders, they'll kick up really fast. You'll notice too, as the chicken starts to get done, it's not going to float in this little bit of oil, but it gets a little bit floaty. If you had a deep fryer, it would actually float. Well, I'm tickled to know that I've got some Dorksy Sports listeners watching my live. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, one of them lives in New York. Yeah, that's cool too. That's a long way from home. Well, home for us anyway. We've got to get some Dorksy Sports episodes done this coming week. Now that things are starting to open back up. Alright, so there's 10 minutes on one side. Flip them again.